YouTube, okay?
Hello, I'm recording right now, CC. Okay, today my friend Lucy is going to read Captain in full color. Captain Underpants and the I can't read all of that.
It's Captain Underpants and the Perilous plight of Professor Poopypants.
This is so many P's. I cannot believe it. Okay. We're not.
What?
Get out!
Oh, sorry.
Recording.
Chapter 1. George and Hill. This is George, Beard, and Hill Touchings.
Okay, sorry.
George is the kid on the left with the tie and a flat top. Hill is the one on the right with the t-shirt and a bad haircut. Remember that now. All of the experts at Jerome Horwitz Elementary School have their opinions about George and Hill. Their guidance counselor, Mr. Rector, thought the boy suffered from ADD. The school psychologist, Miss Laborer, diagnosed them with ADHD. And the regional principal, Mr. Krupp, thought they were just plain old BAD. You know, bad. But if you ask me, George and Hill simply suffered from LBSS, incredibly boring school syndrome. You see, George and Hill weren't really bad kids. They were actually very bright, good-natured boys. Their only problem was that they were bored in school, so they took it upon themselves to liven things up for everyone. Wasn't that very thoughtful of them? Unfortunately, George and Hill's thoughtfulness got them into trouble. Every now and then, sometimes it got them into a lot of trouble, and one time it got them into so much trouble that almost caused the entire planet to be taken over by a ruthless mechanical match science guy in a giant rubble suit. But before I can tell you this story, I have to tell you that story. Chapter 2. All Hail New Switzerland. As everybody knows, New Switzerland was a small country just southwest of Greenland. You probably know all about New Switzerland's natural resources and systems of government. But here's something about New Switzerland that I'll bet you don't know. Everybody in New Switzerland has a silly name. Just ask their president, the Honorable Chuckles Chunkleberry Mr. Monkey Burger Jr. or his lovely wife, Stinky. They'll tell you about New Switzerland's proud silly name, Heritage. They'll tell you about the cultural significance of silly names. And they'll probably tell you a really, really long, boring story of how this stupid tradition got started. We'll skip that part, okay? So we're gonna stop
Here, because if we read the whole book, it would be at least maybe like. Because how many pages are there in this book?
There are. I don't know how many.
But definitely a lot of pages, and if we read the whole thing, there would be a lot.